Hello, welcome back to Realign Podcast. Did you miss me? I hope you did. So this week has been such like a transformational week for me. I feel like the week before this, I could not for the life of me like get myself out of this like mental state of like chaos. Like it was like a week and a half where I was just unable to like get over this like feeling. And it took me a minute to realize and recognize, okay, like maybe you're meant to feel like this every once in a while to remind yourself of how blessed you are to feel great 98% of the time or 99% of the time. And you need to have that balance to appreciate the goodness that you do feel on a daily basis. I definitely needed that. It's very humbling whenever I feel like that, because like that 98, 99% of the time I'm so happy to be alive. I love my life. I love being alive. I love embracing. I love creating. I love designing. I love just like putting out all this love into the universe. So it is very humbling when I do feel like that. And when I do feel like that, I struggle. Like I'll always be there for people, but I need to step back and like recognize like I will always listen to people and hear people out. Whenever I feel like that, I have to feed myself because my glass is currently empty and I have to recognize that. I do my sound baths. I do whatever I got to do to reset and just take a step back and recognize like, okay, this is impermanent. I'm meant to feel like this so I could appreciate the highs, because that was a very low. But anyways, so what I wanted to talk about was last week, Abby and I's podcast. Like she said so many amazing things that really stuck with me. And like you could hear something once and like have it not affect you. But when you hear it again, and then maybe one more time after that, you're like, oh my gosh, like this really changed my perspective. And it could be something so simple as a word. And that word was embrace. She spoke a lot about embracing. And like at first I'm like, yeah, embrace. Woohoo! Like, yeah, I love life. But like really truly embracing, whether it's a moment, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, whatever it is, like truly surrendering yourself to that moment of like, wow, look where I'm at. Look where I'm at and look who I'm with and look at this beautiful landscape of, like it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to have that presence and really truly embracing, because a lot of us are taken away from certain moments with our phones or like in our heads. But like when you are truly presently embracing a moment, it is so darn beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it amplifies it by like 20 points. Like you're like, wow. Yeah, so I've just been practicing embracing everything. Like when you embrace everything, you can truly, fully, presently appreciate it. And it is just so beautiful. It really is. And I know I look so happy right now. um, but yeah, I've just really been applying this embracement to my life, and it really has changed a lot for me. So what I've learned is just like learning to embrace other people, other humans, learning to like, there are people that walk amongst us that are not feeling their best. They're feeling their low lows like I was last week. And, you need to, as a human being, understand that the thing that combines us, that brings us together, that unifying force is love. And by like embracing that love, whether it's a stranger on the street or whatnot, it can really change humanity. And I know that sounds like a big thing. It sounds like, oh my gosh, that's huge, Nick. Like, how am I going to change humanity by embracing someone or by embracing a stranger on the street? Well, with anything in life, it all starts with you, and that domino effect of like really truly like showing someone like, or giving someone the time of day to just like show off their talents and just like let them release what they have to release. Like I was at the beach yesterday and there was this kid with a guitar and he's just walking around. I'm like, "Hey kid." He's just walking around with a guitar. I'm like, I could tell. I'm like, he just wants to release. He just wants to play. I know he just wants to share what he has inside of him and just release it. So I said, "Hey kid." I was like, "Can you play us something on the guitar?" You know? And like he was nailing the guitar and he started singing and the person I'm with is looking at me like, "Why did you do that?" And I'm just like, like people have built up feelings that they can transcend through a musical instrument or writing or slam poetry, whatever it is. People have stuff that is stuck inside of them that just needs to be released, and they just need your permission to release that. And it was I wish you guys were there. But it was just such a beautiful experience to witness someone and he's just like, "Thanks. Thank you for letting me, release that." And as small as so small as that seems, you have no idea how good that person felt after. You have no idea how much that impacted that person, that now he has more confidence to do other things in life. And it's beautiful to be able to embrace someone and to show like, yeah, like let me see, show me what you got. Show me, let's see what you got. And it's so beautiful that you can do that to people. Oh my gosh. Another topic that I was thinking about a lot was I know this isn't like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's just talk about trauma. Yeah, let's just trauma dump. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because a lot of people walk around and they really live their life with all they identify as their trauma. Yes, they identify as their trauma and they walk around with their trauma like it's on their, like it's a backpack. And it's like, come on, like release, make peace. You don't have to carry that. You really don't. And I know you guys have, I do repeat things when I talk about my podcast because I feel like you will hear it once, you will hear it twice, but you might not grasp it until the third time. So hopefully you guys get it on this time. Walking around with so much weight and so much hate is so low vibrational of you. It's just point blank period. Why are you walking around with all this weight, trauma, anxiety? Oh, like calm down. Learn that you can make peace with it and feel lighter and feel better and be a good person. And you could spread that. You don't have to spread negativity because you have negativity, because you have the trauma. Like, we all got trauma. Everybody has trauma. Everybody got something, obviously different levels, but like that is this this traumatic experiences that you walk around with has so much impact and has so much energy on your life and others people's lives, because when you come into conversation or when you walk into a room and your energy is mixed with a lot of trauma and a lot of pain that you haven't learned how to transcend it into something else. One of the things that the kid said to me when he was playing his guitar was, so the song is about his girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend and how she ghosted him and he really missed her, and that was the song. And he's like, "Yeah, I was sad, like I didn't know what to do with it, so I just wrote it and made it into a song." And this kid is a genius. Yes. Yes. Use your trauma to fuel it and transcend it into something else. You don't have to hold on to it. You can there's this old it's in one of the, I used to practice Buddhism, was a story in one of the books, and it spoke about this one has more or less to do with about like death and energy being transferred, but a tree, right? When you cut down the tree and you turn it into paper, it takes on a new form, right? The does the tree really die, or does that energy from that tree take on a new form? And that kind of has to do with afterlife and all that. But like, your energy can be transformed into something else that is positive. You don't have to walk around all negative and sad all the time. Like, you can literally change your life by learning to transform. That's what we're meant to do. We're meant to learn, we're meant to grow, we're meant to transform. And like, that is your greatest superpower. Going through all this stuff, you can literally use it to your benefit because it's this energy. You have so much energy attached to these feelings and these thoughts. But when you learn to transcend, Nikki transcends, transcend all this into something else, you'll see this powerful you'll see this powerful effect on whatever it is that you choose. It's deep, it's real, it's raw, it's so authentic, and it's such a beautiful thing. And that's why we're put through these traumas and put through all this pain in order to transform it, to learn that it doesn't have to be this. It doesn't, your life doesn't have to be sad and negative. You can transform it into something beautiful and positive. Easier said than done, of course, all the time, but like, it is 100% possible, and there's no reason why you should be walking around like that. That backpack filled with trauma and anxiety and all this negative thoughts, like, get rid of it. Drop it off. School's out. like, I don't understand. Like, just drop it off. Make peace with it. Move on. Move on, because these things that you're constantly attaching yourself, these thoughts, these feelings are impacting you, and they're heavy. Like, you don't want to walk around being heavy all the time. Who wants, it's like somebody walking around like freaking concrete shoes, and they're just like scrolling through life, and it's like, yo, like, you eventually got to take them off. You got to take off those concrete shoes. I don't know where you got them from, but you got to take them off. Throw on some flip-flops. Why not? Why are you walking around with concrete? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much easier just to like let it go and make peace with it. Okay, I would like to share this because one of my best friends from New York, shout out to Rosemary. I love you. I literally love you. She got me this little card, and I like keep it in my room, and it says, the most beautiful people are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These, it says, these persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. It's by Elizabeth. I'm not going to say her last name because there's these dots above the U. Kubler-Ross. I did not. I completely murdered her name, but she murdered this quote. but but yeah, like, if you have these traumas, you can literally turn into the most beautiful person because you just let them go, and you don't let that stop you. And all your traumas is what shape your character. These traumas shape who you are. These traumas make you into this person. And yeah, you could look at it like a bad thing, but if you look at it at a good thing, like, you are this person full of like all this experience, even if it's bad experience. You, and something I've realized about people that have gone through a lot of trauma is that they're funny as people that have gone through a lot are the funniest people you'll ever meet. And that's another way how we transform our negativity or sadness is by being funny. And like, some of the saddest people hide behind some of the biggest smiles, but that's why they say that, because we're just funny people. Yeah, like, a lot of comedians, a lot of them are alcoholics, and they all this stuff, but it's their traumas that they transformed into a career for them. A lot of comedians are traumatized, and they just had a lot of struggles. They've gone through depression, but they transform it into something else. And this is what I'm telling you. Use your traumas to fuel your career. Use your traumas to fuel whatever creative thing you want to do, because it's where attention goes, energy flows, right? Emotion, energy in motion. That's what Happy taught me this in the last episode. Emotion is energy in motion. So if your emotions are energy in motion, and you feel a certain way towards something, you are bringing you are bringing that energy towards something. So that is that flow of that energy. So what are you going to do with that energetic flow? Use it to create something positive. Life doesn't have to be your circumstances. Life doesn't have to be your past. Everything and anything can be transformed and changed. And it's all in a matter of you changing, wanting to change and transform. That's what we're here for. We're here on this earth to transform and to become beautiful light vessels of God, reflections of God. We're here to live authentically ourselves and to live our truths. And, your traumas are part of your truth. And learning to be something great out of your traumas is the experience. That's the human experience. You're meant to transform and to transcend all this. Isn't it beautiful that you can do that? That's what you're meant to do. You're able to do that because you're meant to do that. You're meant to transform. Some people are put in harder situations than others, but God's like, all right, here you go. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to go this way or are you going to go this way? It's all a test. Not from God, but from devil. The devil. God will never test you like that. And it's up to you to determine and to decide, like, am I going to sit in this? Or am I going to boss up and do better? Am I going to boss up and, become something great? I'm not my circumstances. Say it. Like, you are not your circumstances. You are not what you've been through, but what you transform yourself into. That was a bar right there on the spot. I don't have no script. That was good. You're not what you've been through, but what you transform yourself into. That was so good. Oh my God. Did you guys hear that? Yeah, you heard it because I said it twice. Yeah, life truly is a beautiful wandering maze of different paths and directions, and it's all on you on where you want to go, what direction you want to go in. But I'm here to lead you to the path of light, love, acceptance, and abundance, and a life with God that makes it oh so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for listening. I just want to show you guys, like, I've been on this like with my sales job, like, I go into stores, like, I'll just, like, wander into stores when I'm working because I can. And there's this one store, it looked like a thrift store, like, kind of boutique. So I go in there and this guy, his name's Kent, really cool guy, right by the beach. And I'm looking through and he has all these, like, handmade stuff from Thailand. I'm, like, losing my mind because I don't care how much it costs. Like, I love, like, handmade stuff. And then this one girl wanders in there and I picked up the shirt. He's like, "Oh, she made that." I'm like, "Oh, you made this? Like, look." She made it out of, like, a cloth, and just I love stuff like that. This is freaking awesome. I love that people can take their talents and just, like, manifest into reality. I just love seeing stuff like that. But yeah, support your local Thailand dealer of clothes. And I'm going off topic, aren't I? But yeah, isn't this, it's just so beautiful. I love people that can create things and put it out to the universe and make it one of a kind. Like, yeah, I want that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm so happy that we are growing. This channel is growing into something beautiful. I'm so happy with all the support, the love that I've been getting. But yeah, I'm just super grateful. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in and have a beautiful, blessed day.